Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika, and with this week's episode of Fuck Shit Friday, this is the episode of the week where we usually talk shit and swallow spit, kiki it up. However, we got some real serious shit going on, so it's not too many kikis this week. First thing I want to say is, look, I was just down here watching CNN, and there's this family that's in Miami Beach that thinks because they live on the 11th floor of their apartment building that they can stay and ride out this impending storm Irma. We're going to talk about Irma in a minute, but I want to say this to that family: if by any chance they happen to get this video, or if y'all saw that and y'all know them people, please get to them people and try to convince them. I mean, you got CNN begging these people to leave. And the reason why they were begging so hard is because they got a 1-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. Even if on the 11th floor with winds as high as what they are expecting Irma to bring, the windows will cave in. And you don't know that you'll even have access to go up and down the elevators. That's probably not going to work. It's going to be massive flooding, massive pandemonium, period. And the reason why that scares me so bad is because they're saying on the news that there will be no emergency responders. When you call 911, if you sit this storm out, you won't get any help from them at least for a couple of days. They're going to have to clear the roads first to allow the first responders to even get back into the city. So please, if you are in Florida, in the direct path of this storm that's coming, don't be deceived by the pretty sunlight and all the pretty water that you're seeing right now in your area. Baby, that shit is switching to change in a matter of hours. And just like the governor, just like CNN, just like the mayor and the representative of Miami-Dade that have been on CNN throughout the morning, I'm begging each and every one of my loved things that may be in the Florida area to seek shelter elsewhere immediately. Y'all, in the words of Miss Sophia from The Color Purple, please get out. Don't do it. Don't trade places with what I've been through. Because, see, I used to live in North Miami Beach, Florida. Yeah. And we had a hurricane there as well. See, hurricanes ain't new to me. I never stuck around or tried to sit one out like I did Katrina, only to have that shit just devastate my life. So I'm begging y'all, please, if you can get to a shelter, because the airports are pretty much jam-packed. People been sleeping in them airports all night. So I don't know what that situation going to be, but please try to get out. Safety first. Material possessions can be replaced in time, but you can't replace your life or the life of your loved one. So if you can get out in the in the final hours before this becomes a tragedy, because that's what it's projected to be, a major tragedy. A hurricane of this size, even though it has been decreased down to a category 4, is a bad storm, y'all. You're not going to be able to sit it out. I promise you, you ain't going. As a former Katrina survivor and Andrew survivor, because I left, you cannot stay. I know it's comfort in your home. You think if you do the normal precautionary things for a category 1 or a category 2, board up your windows, get you a whole bunch of water, get you some flashlights that you normally can sit this through. You are not going to be able to sit this through. And it's one thing you can best believe: for the governor and government to be telling you to get out, then this is actually going to be quite a huge storm, and it's going to cause major damages, and it's going to be some casualties here for anybody that's trying to stay. I'm not trying to predict. I'm just telling y'all one thing. Y'all know that this country don't like to cause massive hysteria. They don't. They would rather lie to us before they tell us the real. But in this instance, they telling y'all to get out for a reason. Please be mindful of that and get out of there. Ain't nothing you got in that house worth your life. And I know that it's hard for a lot of people because of, economic reasons they can't leave. But this state is so serious about getting people out. They offering to come get you while it is still time. Please make that call and allow these people to help you get out. I would rather you get out and we try to build money up to help get you out, help you rebuild or whatever. There's life after this if you leave. You're not guaranteed a life if you try to stay through this storm, is what I'm saying. And that leads into the first story. Well, that leads into my second story. I'll come back to the hurricane situation, but first, before we get to the hurricane situation, I want to talk about the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, the DACA program. It's a policy that was started during the Obama administration back in 2012 that allows some illegal immigrants who entered the U.S. as kids to receive a renewable 2-year period of deferred action from deportation and eligibility. It gives them eligibility for a work permit. Okay. Now, President Orange has said that if this act is not amended within a 6-month period, it will go away. Basically, sending away some 800,000 people back to their country of origin, many strange lands. For many, it's going to be strange lands because they were raised here. You know, my opinion on this is that it's unfair because you disrupting the lives of law-abiding citizens who only wanted to live the American dream. Hence the term, the dreamers. Okay, I honestly think that this man's agenda is to tear down anything that former President Obama has put in place. He has a hard-on toward Obama, and that's quite disturbing to me. I don't understand it. Now, I'm not saying Obama was perfect, nor everything that he did was, perfect, but to remove his policies, you need to have something that you're offering the people in replace of that. Not just, oh, in 6 months you could possibly be deported back to a country that you don't have no idea about because you were raised here. You may have been born there. Some of these kids came here as infants. America is all they know. And I think it's sad that we have such a tyrant in the White House that would want to cause this problem. I can only imagine the fear that these people are feeling, knowing that in 6 months their whole life can be disrupted because they're going to be deported back to a country that's foreign to many of them, you know. So all I can say is I too stand with the dreamers, and I hope to God that this does not get, what he's trying to do don't come to fruition. It's not fair to people. Now, let's go on back on over here and talk about Hurricane Irma, because she barreled through the Caribbean islands and the West Indies, clipped the PR, and hit the Dominican Republic, making its way toward Florida. Okay? It's curving upwards toward the way they have that screen is showing that it's going to hit Florida directly and curve going up possibly toward the Carolinas. Everybody in the pathway or the projected pathway, please take the necessary steps to make sure that you and your family are safe. Like I said, I know, I ain't rich either. But one thing I will tell you, this is such a serious situation, they offering to come and get you. So make that necessary call while there's still time and get out of this situation. Child, it, I don't even know what to say. I already told y'all what the governor done said, so I'm going to go past that. I don't want to repeat myself. Uh, I saw on CNN, like I told y'all, it has been downgraded from a Category 5 to a Category 4. Harvey was a Category 4, y'all. And Houston, in some points, in some parts, it's still underwater. And many of the homes are basically destroyed. You see them people sitting their whole houses outside on the side of the curbs now. I'm not going to dig into conspiracy theories with this, but what I will say that I do believe climate change and global warming are contributing factors to this happening the way it is happening. And plus, it's also hurricane season. I heard that there's a Hurricane Jose sitting right out there to come right after Irma and a Katia. So y'all, we might be in for something before the end of hurricane season. So all I can say is my thoughts and prayers are with the people who have already been affected by these hurricanes, Harvey, Irma, Jose and Katia. And for those of y'all who may be affected by it, my prayers and my thoughts are out to each and every one of y'all. But please get out. If it hasn't hit you already, get the hell up out of Dodge before it does, okay? Because I want to see you survive. Whether you're watching me or whatever, I want to see these people survive. This just feels horrible, y'all. This is a horrible feeling from a person who survived two major hurricanes. This is hard for me to watch. I feel like I'm on pins and knees. I mean, I get up early now anyway, but I just was on the edge all night just thinking about what's coming for these people. And it just hurts my heart when I see people who are not taking heed to the warnings that are. It's just pay attention. If everybody, baby, when them people that ain't this color start telling you to get the hell on, believe them. Okay. Also, I woke up this morning to hearing about an earthquake that hit Mexico last night. At least 29 people have died after what they say is the most powerful earthquake to hit Mexico in a century. It was a 8.1 magnitude. It was felt from Mexico City from Mexico City to far out as Guatemala City, and it's all of that was happening as Hurricane Katia was battering southern Mexico with heavy rainfall. So that's the next hurricane that's going to cause problems. Just be careful. Again, my thoughts and prayers are out to everybody that has been affected and will be affected by these natural disasters. And if you, Florida residents, haven't left, please, please go. You can get it all back. The one thing you can't get back is your life. Get out of there by any means necessary. And these people are so serious, like I said, they offering to come and get y'all. Take their help. Please go. Because I don't want to read about senseless deaths. And to me, it's senseless. If you got the ability and the state is willing to come and get you, go. And it don't matter. You can always, we can re-get everything that we got in this world. House, car, Social Security cards, birth certificate. Child, we get all this shit back again. We can't get you back. And I want everybody to survive. Let me get off of that because I'm starting to feel some. I still get emotional over this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna move on now, okay? Let's move on to some fuck shit. Steve Harvey say he wish he had listened to his wife and never went to meet with President Orange. Duh. Now he claims that he did it as a measure of goodwill, but at the request of former President Obama during the administration change. Marjorie wanted him to go with her. Well, they were invited to a party on this boat with some jet set friends of theirs, and that's where she wanted to go. So her reasoning for telling him not to go meet up with President Orange had nothing to do with her feeling like, as a black man coming from the black community who was a major part of the reason why his career took off the way it did. It ain't had nothing to do, disappointing us. It ain't had nothing to do with that. She just wanted to go be rich and famous. So I don't give her no props, but you should have not. I would have rather you went and got with your friends opposed to doing what you did, because you really did make the black community truly turn against you. Now that's the black community. I already wasn't here for them, okay? Because uh I told y'all on a video months ago that I didn't see for Steve Harvey happen for quite some years, and I ain't gonna support nothing that he does. Point blank in the period. And I find it ironic that if Obama asked you to do this, then why didn't you just say that in the first place? Maybe the black community would have looked at you different, because there was some people that do like you. I'm just not one of them. Crazy, child. Crazy. Now you want to say all of that. At the end of the day, it's too late, and we already made up our mind. Well, I've been made my mind up, and I'm sure many others have as well. I don't do Steve Harvey. He's a low down person, and he is not who y'all think he is when you see him on Big Shots and Family Feud and all of that. Okay, y'all keep believing that that's a nice man. Okay, Mary will tell you he ain't nice. Moving right along. Joel Olsteen, as y'all know, he was the megachurch pastor in Houston that came under scrutiny for not opening up his arena-style church for people needing shelter after the Harvey floods that battered down on Houston and surrounding areas. After a severe backlash, he did open his church, which fits 16,000 people. And I saw an article as well as a clip that was sent to me from one of my good girlfriends uh, of the Avive show saying that they were having services in the church and actually taking the collection plate and sending it around. Now, upon watching that video, I gotta be honest, y'all. It looked like that was just a regular service. That's how they normally do over there at the Lakewood Church. Okay. However, we do know that Harvey survivors were sitting in that congregation, and I felt like that was greedy of him to send a collection plate around right now because these people have lost everything. What you gonna? You can't squeeze blood out of a turnip, and it wasn't necessary because the church is not hurting. That church ain't hurting at all. The church ain't hurting, and Olsteen is not hurting. So, if in fact it was a collection plate like it appeared to be, that he was asking these survivors to give money, then shame on him. I already told y'all, when somebody show you who they are, you best to believe them because why are you not believing it? This man has shown the American people and every one of the people that support him who he truly is in this moment. Now it's on you to use your common sense and your conscience to make the decision to whether or not you will continue to support his ministry. I personally am not into the big mega churches. I ain't here for the prosperity preachers, so I don't have any. I'm out the equation anyway. They were never gonna get one of my good hard-earned coins. But for those of you, factor that in when you make your decision whether or not you're gonna continue to support this man in his church. Now I know it's a lot of people out here that love them some Joel Olsteen, and that's fine. I'm not talking against Joe. I'm just reporting the news. I ain't make the shit. Okay, so before you get in my comments and want to tell me about how good of a person he is, remember, no matter what you say, I have seen how some mega church preachers are, and I ain't here for the mega church or the prosperity preachers. So there's nothing you're probably gonna be able to say that's gonna make me ever send a dollar or a dime over to Lakewood or the Potter House or none of them other churches. I'm just not here for them. Okay, I'd rather be in a more smaller, intimate setting, and you gotta watch them too. So and whatever. That's just the news on it lately. All right. Keke Wyatt got on IG and she basically said, America, when you 8 months pregnant and you got another child in and out the hospital, and your husband says he want a divorce because you are an emotional wreck and toxic. She basically got on there and told others that he divorcing her, told us that he divorcing her, and he told people that he was going to divorce her, and if she called on, and it was a big mess, child. And she said that she was done with Michael Jamal and told us to roast his ass because she was done. Kiki, that ain't for us to do. That ain't for us to do. Really, this shouldn't even never been on social media. See, that's the problem. I'm telling you, that social media, that shit is a blessing and a curse. These Everything don't go. Even I had to learn that. Sometimes you get so into social media and typing out your feelings. You could type. You don't know how much shit I type and don't hit send on. You be in your feelings. I learned that a very, very valuable lesson last year. When you're in your fucking feelings, stay off of social media. Because we don't need to know what's going on in your life. And if you put your life out there on social media, you can't get upset when backlash happens. Backlash is people that don't agree with your ass, okay? Now, he later on released a statement or did an interview, something or another, saying that he has been her husband, confident, backbone, and best friend for over 7 years. He has cared for and taken care of all of their kids, biological or not, and will continue to do so. He just cannot be her husband anymore. When a man is fed up, that's all I can say. Now, I told y'all Keke was a big ass pretty apartment with no furniture in it a long time ago when I was doing R&B Divas, okay? She has a lot of emotional issues, and we saw them play out on R&B Diva and Boot Camp. In both instances, she was horrible to her husband. Keke should seek help, and I said back then she needed to seek help and stop having them damn babies back to back. Babies don't help a situation that's already fucked up. When it's cracks and crevices and stuff like that in a relationship, a baby ain't gonna do nothing. It ain't gonna be that glue that bonds you back together. Sometimes it makes the situation worse, okay? Now, timing for him doing this is bad. Although we know Keke crazy is bad shit hell, she still is pregnant, and they do have that son that's going through the leukemia battle, okay? And with them having so many kids, one sickly, and then her to be pregnant at this time that he said that, it do make him look like, why now? But in his defense, I must say, you can't tell a person when they didn't had enough and when they reached their breaking point. You can't. Don't stay for the sake of the kids, because that's not right and it ain't gonna work. It's a toxic situation and children feel that, and it's not a good environment for them to be in. All I can say is I wish her the best. I hope she get the help that she need. If this is a marriage that can be saved, then maybe I pray that God intervene in however he can and bring them back together. But I can't really say a whole lot about it, y'all, because I ain't surprised to gone. What I'm surprised is he stayed as long as he did, because, child, Kiki is a lie. She very emasculating to that man. Now, y'all wanted me to talk about Miss Tamar Braxton Herbert, who took to her IG very emotional in the wee hours this week of one of these days. She was saying something about, you get tired of being with someone who constantly makes you feel bad, or something or another to that effect. And her IG live was constantly being interrupted. I'm assuming by PR people and possibly, sorry, possibly friends and family that saw her on there, being emotional like that. Many people have speculated that she was talking about her husband Vince. I can't say that because I don't know. I just pray that she see better days, and whatever caused that moment in her life for her to get on social media and go off like she did in her emotions, I hope that's resolved soon, if it hasn't already been resolved. My thing is this: these celebrities need to, and people, we all keep your personal shit off of social media, unless it's something you don't mind sharing and being able to accept praises as well as criticism. Keep that shit off of IG, keep that shit off of Twitter, keep that shit off of social media, period, because the innermost workings of your household and your life is nobody else's business. Yes, we like tea, but at some point you gotta know, be able to decide: is this something I want people to I want to share with people and hear their opinions, and understand that everybody's opinion is not gonna sway in your favor. So they need to stop doing that. But as far as her, I wish her the best, as well as Keke Wyatt and Michael. Quantasia, girl, why? She decided to do an interview with YouTuber Jacob Conahor and Tasha K. Unwind with Tasha K. And she basically answered questions unsuccessfully, in my opinion, about her case and the allegations that was put toward a singer Usher Raymond. Now, she basically said that she had sex with them, and there was this sex tape that was out there. Child. To which her lawyer, Lisa Bloom, later said was a misunderstanding of words, that there is no sex tape, and that apparently they are trying to see tapes, surveillance footage from the days in where he supposedly went to have this sexual encounter with this girl. Y'all, this girl ain't even got herpes, so why is she making the most noise? Now, the people that supposedly have herpes now, because of Ursha, allegedly. Keep that in mind, allegedly. Can't sue me, bitch, if I ain't going through it. But they ain't saying nothing. But this girl is loud as hell. She won't shut up. Now, I think she got a serious problem. I remember following her right after that press conference, because I just knew she was going to privatize her IG account, and I was curious about her from the onset. Nobody believed her. And it was mostly based off the fact of how she looked in that press conference and the fact that she's obese, okay? I don't believe in fat shaming anybody, because as you can see, I'm a fluffy motherfucker myself, okay? But what I saw was a girl, when I did follow her, what I saw was a girl, although very pretty, she's also very depressed. She wants attention so bad, and she don't care if it's negative or positive. I saw this girl personally sit on a live on IG for hours one night, asking people to go ahead and ask whatever questions they may want to ask of her. However, she stated, don't ask about the case. Girl, how else, what else would people ask you? Because we wouldn't know who you are if it was not for the fact that you came out with these allegations against Usher. And she got so many ugly comments. She was reading them and everything. But the sad part about it was, instead, now you know when you say negative stuff to people, you can see their reaction, and sometimes they'll say shit to you back, right? She was emotionalist. I knew then that the child, a big ass pretty mall with not one shopper involved in that building. That is her head. She's a pretty girl, but she got some type of emotional disconnect, and she looking for attention. She don't give a shit if you talk positive to her or she talk negative. She just wants you to pay her some attention, and that to me is so sad. And I hope that she can get the help that she truly needs. And I eye question the hell out of Lisa Bloom. Now I heard that she dropped her as a client, but not sure if that's true or not. But I side eyed her because it was clear that this girl wanted attention. Lives and interviews and all of that, being vocal, contradicts everything she said. And if Lisa is her lawyer, you would think that she would tell her to shut up, don't you think? Especially while the case is ongoing. Hmm. Child, I don't know. I don't know. That's it. That girl, that I don't know what to say. That girl is a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that interview she did with Jacob and Tasha was a mess. Girl, they was not even there for you in the beginning. I would have never took that interview. And again, like I said, if Lisa was her lawyer, I can't. I grew up. Well, I ain't gonna say I grew up, but I became an adult dealing with a lawyer. And I'm gonna tell you, throughout the 17 years, I ain't never heard him tell a client to make public statements about an ongoing case unless he was right there with him. So I don't understand what's going on with this. Now, like I said, I heard through the grapevine that she dropped her as a client. But why did you ever take her on? Because just doing the press conference alone, I could tell that girl wasn't straight in the mind. That girl want attention, and she want it by any means necessary. And anybody that's like that got a mental problem. They need to go sit their ass down with a psychologist and get them some help, honey. That's all I have to say about Miss Quantasia. Good luck with you, girl. Good luck to you. Tennis legend Serena Williams and fiance Alex Ohanian welcomed their first child, a little girl, this past weekend. Congratulations to her. Yeah, what a world we live in, ain't it? What a world we live in. Where people would do the most, bitch. They do the most. And most of the time, they doing the most with the least. I tell you. Oh, Ush. Ush gonna get that girl off of her. Girl, you gonna fuck around and get sued. Keep fucking with Ush, okay? And your coin don't match here. So who you think gonna win? Girl, that little bit of apartment you staying in, he gonna own it too, bitch, if you don't stop. Leave that man alone and find you some help. Get you some help, and then you might could be a plus size model because she's very pretty. I just don't understand her mindset, y'all. I don't understand her mindset. But y'all, that was all I had for this edition of Fuck Shit Friday. I told you it wasn't gonna be too many kikis in this because we got a serious situation going on in this country right now. And again, I'm asking all of my love things and my love things, they got love things over in Florida. Please reach out to them, and if they haven't evacuated, please evacuate today because by tomorrow, them winds gonna set in, and then the rain will come, and then the hurricane. In the next 24 hours, what you're seeing in Florida right now won't be looking like that, okay? And I know firsthand from being a person who went through it. The way they talking about this is not gonna be good. And I don't think that you can ride it out. I really don't. So I I hope and pray that everybody that got somebody in Florida or listening to me from Florida, please get your ass out of there. I would rather you be here and we do some GoFundMes and some Red Crosses or applications and some FEMA applications. You know, anything. Just try to get out. I'm currently now trying to help a family that's gone already pretty much in going through it. And It's so hard. It's hard because I want to help y'all. I really do. But being a survivor of this type of thing, I wish I had it within my power to be able to help people more. I wish I could, but I'm limited. So just keep them in your prayers, and I wish the best for each and every person that's in this projected storm path. And my prayers to everybody who's already been affected by it. Because let us not forget, parts of Houston is still underwater, and those people are going through the aftermath of her Harvey. It ain't over, y'all. It ain't over. What a world we live in today, huh? As they say, a sign of the times. That's what my grandma used to say, a sign of the time. Get ready. For all my Christian believers who watch me, you know what I'm talking about when I say, get ready. Get your house in order. That's it for this edition of Fuck Shit Friday. I'll be back later on today with Tangle and Twisted, the web series review. If you haven't watched it, please go over to Tangle and Twisted channel, and that it's called Tangle and Twisted. Just type that in like that, and you'll see what's going on. You know, you can go over there and watch episode 1 through 8. 8 will be what I'll drop later on today, and we can talk about it more at that time, y'all. And remember, the depth of your struggle will always determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate this video. Ratings get me recognized down here on these YouTube streets. Get down in the panic section, share your thoughts and opinions respectfully with me. Subscribe to the channel for the free 99, and share the video wherever, if you share videos at all, wherever you share. And I'll see you guys later on for a video, a review. Y'all take care of yourselves, and please, if you are in Florida or have family in Florida, reach out to them and try to get them out of there, okay? Peace.